Hey guys, this is Game Nate, and today is a good day. It is the last day of 2020. We are finally closing off this terrible year. And for that, the Nintendo Switch has almost been out for 4 full years. Crazy. Today, I would like to celebrate this. So, I'm going to be going over today the top 10 best Nintendo Switch games. Now, this is not from just what I think that my favorite Switch games are. This is from, I've actually did some research into it, and these are the Switch games that are liked upon people the most. So, yeah. Also, I do want to mention, not very many of you guys that watch my videos are subscribed, so make sure to do that. And I also have a, something I announced way too little. So most of you that have even been watching me for like 5 months or something probably don't notice. I have a second channel where I do more weird things that nobody cares about and non-Pokemon content. So yeah, it's called Gaming7, so make sure to sub to that if you want to. It's just more content that I don't care about and I put no work into. But yeah, without further ado, let's start this video. Okay, so at number 10 on the list, we have Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. Now keep in mind, I don't actually own this game. I don't own the first 3 games on this list, but the rest of them I own, so this isn't really one of the only 2 I don't know very much about at all. But yeah, so from my understanding, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is a port from the Wii, I think, which is kind of weird, but or maybe it's a sequel or something. I really don't know. Where it's an open world RPG where you play as Shulk. That's what I know. So yeah. So I don't know much about this game. I just searched what I needed to, and that's about it. So yeah, let's move on to number 9. Okay guys, so at number 9 on the list, we have Luigi's Mansion 3. Now Luigi's Mansion 3 is a game about the best Mario character, Luigi. Don't tell me anything else because then you'll be wrong. Where you go off fighting ghosts and to save Mario. I know you were saving Mario in the original one. I don't know if it's still like that or not, but the final boss is King Boo. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it came out last year. I've never been a big fan of Luigi's Mansion series. I feel like I have so few options because I can't like jump, you know. I can't do basic movement options that are in normal Mario games. But yeah. Luigi's Mansion's number 9. Let's move on to number 8. Okay guys, so at number 8 on the list, we have Fire Emblem 3 Houses. Now, this is another game I know almost nothing about. I know even less about this game than I do about Xenoblade Chronicles. I know it's an RPG where in the Fire Emblem series, so you know, Marth, Lucina, Ike, all those guys that are in Smash. I don't know how many of them are actually in this game, but I'm assuming most of them, if not all of them. But yeah, it's a full-on. I think it's like it's just a full-on RPG, I believe. So yeah, you can see it in this gameplay right here. It's this pretty much what it is. So if you're into this type of game, it's a great game. Apparently, I've never played it, but yeah, let's move on to number 7 on the list. Okay guys, so at number 7 on the list, we have Splatoon 2. So Splatoon 2 is a shooter game, kind of, where you shoot ink at people. There's a story mode and there's like a PvP mode, even though I think it's like 4v4. But yeah, your main characters are your Inklings. You would know that because most of you probably know that because Inkling was like the first edition they showed in Smash. But Yeah. I actually expected this to be a little higher, but looking at the games at number 6 and above, I can see why it's not. I kind of expected it to be higher than the game that we're gonna go over at number 6. But yeah, let's move on to number 6. Okay guys, so coming in at number 6, we have Super Mario Maker 2. Now I expected this to be lower than Splatoon 2, but I don't mind that it's not because I really enjoyed this game. This is probably my top 5. But Super Mario Maker 2 is a game where you're able to create your own levels and share them with the public. You can do 5 styles: Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario World, New Super Mario Bros. U, and Super Mario 3D World. You can do them in a lot of different themes like ground, desert, snow, etc. Yeah, and then you can pretty much make your own levels, and then you can play other people's levels. And there's also a story mode. So this game is really good in my opinion. It's the sequel to the first one, which is just straight up better than the first one because the first one's just the same thing but with less options. So yeah, let's move on to number 5. Okay, now coming in at number 5, we have the only game from 2020, which is going to be Animal Crossing New Horizons. Now, like I just said, this is the only game on this list that is from 2020. So yeah, I actually expected this to be at number 4. It is a very, very calm game where you get to pretty much make your own island. You're like the mayor of this town on an island, and you get to make it pretty much however you want. So, yeah, so you get your own house and everything. I mean, you have to pay taxes, and then you can make your own clothing. You can do pretty much everything that you could imagine doing. I'm not a huge fan of this game simply because of how calm it is. But I could see why so many people like it. So yeah, let's move on to number 4. Okay guys, so coming in at number 4 on the list, we have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Now, I'm surprised this got above Animal Crossing, but Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is a kart racer. It's actually the best-selling game on the Switch right now. Animal Crossing New Horizons is sneaking up onto that position. I'm sure it will be within a few months, but it's not yet. It's still Mario Kart 8 Deluxe right now. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is a kart racer with 48 different tracks, and there's a ton of items. It's super chaotic. It's a great party game, I guess. So yeah, I'm sure you know what it is. You know what it is. You know what all these next 3 games that are coming up are also. But yeah, let's move on to number 3. Okay guys, so you'll see why in a second. It's probably confusing to you right now, but right now we're going to go over some honorable mentions. So to start off, we have 2 Bayonetta games. We have Bayonetta 2 and the pack of Bayonetta 1 plus 2. Now Bayonetta 1 plus 2 actually tied in my point system with Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. I chose Xenoblade Chronicles though because Bayonetta plus Bayonetta 2 is kind of like a pack and then Xenoblade Chronicles is a port, so they're both kind of weird, but I chose Xenoblade Chronicles just because I think it would be more fitting for this list. But yeah, keep in mind that they got the same amount of points. So next honorable mention is Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening remake. It got some points actually. It got more points than I expected. I didn't expect it to do well at all. But, yeah, it did pretty good. So, yeah, next one is, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Also another one I didn't expect to get any love from this list at all, but it ended up being an honorable mention. So, yeah. Next up on the honorable mentions, we have Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Not sure why this got any votes, to be honest. I mean, I never said it's bad 3D games that got remade. It's just they Nintendo pretty much just made emulators of these 3 games, and that's all it is. Last up on the honorable mentions, we have Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. This is an honorable mention because it hasn't come out yet, so we don't know how good it's going to be. It could be one that's going to make this list. We don't really know yet. So yeah, let's move on to the top 3. Okay guys, now for the top 3, we actually had a 3-way tie in the points. And this is crazy because this is the only tie we had besides those ones in the honorable mentions in number 10. But this is crazy because it's the top 3. They all scored 45 points using my system, and that's a solid amount of points. So it's not like I didn't do very much effort into it. I did a decent amount of effort, and they all just ended with the same amount of points. Shows how even these games are. If this video gets, let's say, I don't know, if this video gets a solid amount of likes, I might do an in-depth comparison of all 3 of these games and see which one's ultimately the best. But the 3 games are The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So I'm going to talk about all 3 of these games. So yeah, let's start with Smash Ultimate. Smash Bros. Ultimate is a fighting game where you fight other people. It's a great party game, great competitive game also. You know what it is. You play as all kinds of Nintendo characters. So yeah. Okay guys, now Super Mario Odyssey is one of my favorite games of all time. It's a 3D Mario platformer where you go across kingdoms to collect moons to ultimately stop Bowser from marrying Peach. So yeah, you get a companion named Cappy where you can do all kinds of things with. You can capture enemies, which gives you a certain power. You turn into you start possessing the enemy, and you get some certain ability with them, like what that enemy would do. And then you can do all kinds of cool trick jumps with Cappy because you can bounce off of him. And it's somewhat of an open world game. Not really. You still have to go through the kingdoms in a specific order, but you can get whatever moons you want. There are story moons, but in most of the kingdoms, there's enough moons where you don't have to get the story, where the story moons are just completely unnecessary. So yeah, I could talk about it for hours why I love this game so much, and maybe I will in a future video, but that's not the point for today. So yeah. Okay guys, and last but not least, we have The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now this is an open world game where he plays Link, and you try to get Ganon, steal Calamity Ganon, to save Zelda's spirits and all the champions' spirits, Mipha, Ripali, Daruk, and Urbosa. But yeah, there's a bunch of shrines you can go to, which are basically just like puzzles. They're like dungeons in the older games. You have shields, weapons, bows. You can kill enemies with them. You can pretty much do whatever you want in this game. You can go to Divine Beast, which are pretty much real dungeons, or you can just go straight to Ganon after you finish the first little area in the game. So yeah, let me know in the comments which of these games are your favorite. But anyways, yeah guys, this video is going to be done. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Bye bye.